The endorsement that I made years ago with Biden was one I thought was the best decision for me at that time. Am I going to do that again this year? That answer is no.
Well. Are we surprised? No. I don't think Biden's doing a good job. The Rock doesn't think Biden's doing a good job. And you don't think Biden's doing a good job. All jokes aside, Joe Biden's presidency has not been good for anyone, lower class, middle class, or higher class. He wants to tax the rich. He's caused major division between literally every single group of people in this country. He's racist. I mean, what else can we say? I have heard liberals say that they are going to vote for Biden again simply because they just hate Trump. I'm not telling you who to vote for, but let's take a look at the last administration and what they did for the country, and then let's take a look at this administration. Where were we better off?
You will not sneak politics into WrestleMania weekend, you political demons. All right, so it's WrestleMania weekend. Everyone's doing the press circuit, and The Rock is no different. He's on Fox and Friends this morning. And of course, Fox and Friends, it's political. They're going to ask him about the state of the country, all those questions.
Yes, The Rock Johnson booed for Biden comment according to this article recently put out by Newsweek. I'm going to play some of the videos so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. The Rock Johnson was booed by members of the audience of The View after expressing regret for his endorsement for President Biden in the 2020 presidential election. Boos were heard on Friday morning after the airing of a short clip from a recent Fox News interview with the actor and professional wrestling star who is set to return to the ring for the first time in 8 years at this weekend.
So let's be direct, let's be honest. There was a time that you used your fame, and it was a time that not everybody was happy. And that was a few years ago.
That's right.
And you made a very big point. You said, I've never done this before. I've never endorsed a political candidate.
That's right.
And you endorsed Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. And I'm being real with you, and you're being real with me.
Sure.
A lot of people on Fox watching us, you and I talk right now, remember that and wonder about that. So how do you feel now in retrospect with that endorsement?
In what way?
Are you happy that you made that endorsement in 2020? Are you happy with the state of America?
Am I happy with the state of America right now? Well, that answer is no. Do I believe we're going to get better? I believe in that. I'm an optimistic guy, and I believe we can get better. The endorsement that I made years ago with Biden was one I thought was the best decision for me at that time. And I thought back then, when we talk about, hey, I'm in this position where I have some influence, and it's my job then. I felt like that then. It's my job now to exercise my influence and share with this is who I'm going to endorse. Am I going to do that again this year? That answer is no. I'm not going to do that, because what I realized, and I didn't realize it back then, Will, but I realize it today. And back then, just like I am today, very lucky, I was then the most followed American man in the world, and I am today the most followed American man in the world, and I appreciate that. But I also realized that what that caused back then was something that tears me up in my guts back then.
You will not sneak politics into WrestleMania weekend, you political demons. That's probably a fair assessment. However, I don't think it's as dramatic as that statement. He doesn't like the direction of the country. He probably would prefer somebody over Biden, but we don't have anybody else to choose. He's not going to go for Trump. And I'm not speaking for myself. I'm just saying, I'm kind of putting myself in The Rock's brain here.
I want you to know what you think after watching this video. We all know what has happened with The Rock recently. He received massive criticism in so many things, and a lot of people actually appreciated him, after this interview. Though Libras are melting down on social media because of this. He did that. We saw how Kamala Harris was extremely happy. Some even suggested like he was being paid to endorse Biden. What has suddenly happened? There are so many things that are going wrong. We have the migrant crisis. In fact, I don't want to name it on this clip. So you will see exactly why he took up that decision not to endorse Biden again. The View could not take it. They had to boo him like never before.
Guts back then and now, which is division.
So a couple of questions. First of all, Maybe they're not as relatives.
So the question, first of all, should I pay any attention to who gives an interview on Fox where they lie every day? Number one. Number two, should celebrities publicly endorse public figures? Or they should keep their
If they want
politics
to. I mean,
themselves?
celebrities are U.S. citizens, are American citizens. You don't lose your rights as a citizen because you are a celebrity. But, you know, I remember, I'm so old, like I was telling Molly today, I said, you know, I remember being at a Republican convention where The Rock spoke, and I remember him being at the DNC. It was in the year 2000 in Philadelphia, and when he spoke, he wasn't there. It was George W. Bush that was getting the nomination. He wasn't there endorsing. He was there raising awareness for voting and getting young people and his followers to be involved.
Like Taylor Swift is.
Yeah, so look, I think for him, the cause of division aspect is a real one. He also went to the DNC that year. And I think everybody's entitled to do whatever the hell they want.
You know, he's been quite political. I agree with you. And he's been very engaged and very involved. I do think we're living in a time where we have someone running for president that is an existential threat to democracy, right?
Yes, you can clearly see their reactions after The Rock took that decision not to endorse Biden. They are not happy with that. Though they are pretending like you have right to do what you want. If this same man stood up here to say, I will endorse Biden, you could have seen their reaction. The audience trying to boo The Rock is just crazy. Seeing Sonny Austin trying to bring out these talking points, oh, Trump is a threat, Trump is this, it is just ridiculous because they have tried this so many times and people are not picking that up. When you take a look at this article, Johnson said that he was not happy with the state of America in the clip and revealed that he will not be endorsing Biden this year election because he feared his 2020 endorsement had caused division. The endorsement that I made years ago with Biden was one that I thought was best decision for me at that time. Johnson said, I'm going to do that again this year. That answers no, I'm not going to do that. I realized that cause back then was something that tears me up in my gut. But then, now, which is division, he added, the View crowd responded to Johnson remarks by loudly booing, seemingly taking co-host Joy Behar and the show's other co-hosts by surprise with their overwhelming negative response. Should I pay any attention to someone who gives an interview on Fox where they lie every day? So according to The View, they speak the truth. You know, when they come on a show like this, they laugh all through without actually giving out real political opinions on certain issues. To me, there are certain things these people should not cover because the way they do it is not actually even giving, like educating people the way they should. They are just the same. No oppositions on this show. When there is something, they follow all through. You know, it should not be like that. I want you to know your opinion about The Rock, the mentality you had before, and compared to what we just saw. Has it changed? Drop that under the comment section. Let me see